What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another Solo Leveling Arise video. Alright guys, got another tier list to do, an update, because a lot of people got buffed. God damn it, I spent almost the entire day after live stream just testing everybody out to make sure we got the proper numbers and proper setup for the right people. So let's redo this again, alright? So we're going to do this a little differently. We're going to go top 3 units. I'm going to make one more up here just because I think it's needed. So let's go add one level above. We're going to call them Payne's Angels because let's just be real. These are my girls, and let's just call them godly. And we're gonna start from this. All right. So first off, let's just get that out of the way. So Cha, that's right. Jinu, taking your girl. What you gonna do about it? Now Alicia, and then Sa. Okay. So let me explain myself here, and I have numbers to back this up. Obviously, you guys know I won't lie to you. These are the tests for Alicia today. Okay, we did a lot of testing for Alicia today, like a lot of testing. You guys can check out the video whether she's worth the pull or not. Now, I did say she is optional, but it doesn't take away for how overpowered she really is. So right here are all the numbers. I went from A0 to A5 with A0 weapon. A to A5 weapon with A0 version of her to A5 version to her, right? So we went all the way across the board. Just so everyone's understanding this, no element on boss, no difference. Okay, so that one you'll have to see when you fight someone against water elemental. I'm an idiot, I forgot about that, so that was my bad. And the F2P best spot is A2, just so everyone's aware. Number wise, they did exactly the same. Now, I did some comparisons with the rest of the units that I just got buffed. No one came closer to this than these three. Okay, so these three were able to beat this bear boss pretty much 3 seconds away from what he did. This is how many seconds were left, by the way. Okay, so very quick, like 20-something seconds, and I gave the margin of error, right, for a little bit. So yeah, these three here are for sure. Sorry, guys. These three here for sure are going to be the top 3 DPS units in the game. And yes, DPS is king in this game, so it's going to get the most amount of attention. So those are your top 3 DPS units. Now let's go with the rest of the units that are going to matter as well too. Now, again, this is strictly not just DPS, but utility as well, right? Breaker, Shielder, DPS, Freeze, DPS, just does everything DPS except for Break, obviously, right? So overall good buffers as well too. And obviously the fact that she provides water damage assistance, etc. There's just more to these units than just normal DPS, right? Brandon gives critical hit, critical damage on opponents, so there's a lot to offer here. Now, the only person I'm going to throw in here, and this is no homo, is going to be Min, because Min just does everything well, and he deserves to get that spot. So shout out to Min for getting the top spot. And then there's going to be one more here, and I hate to do this, and I know I'm adding a lot to this Charlie's Angel situation, and that's Emma. Just because Emma just does everything well as well. Okay, this is it. Payne's Angels, and Min. There you go. We'll just throw that in there and make sure that everyone knows where I'm at with this. All right, so there you guys go. Those are the top units. All right, now let's talk about the other ones who are pretty much top tier. We'll just call them top tier. And still incredibly powerful, okay? So Dongsu, especially with the crazy buffs up there, SM Beck and Choi are still in the 1 and 2. However, depending on the situation, okay? So still the these are the top 5 DPS. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then and 5. Like it's top 6 even right here. Okay, so these guys here, and then throw her in there for everything else that she does. She's incredible. All right, so that's gonna be your top tier units. Libora, now that she has the buff, is also up there. Yeah, her foxes now are doing incredible damage. So there you guys go. Best breaker in the game, deserves it. Lim just got buffed as well too, but I'm not going to put him in the same category as these two. Let's just throw him in. Yeah, you know what? He deserves up there. Jinchu got buffed, so he went from A to S. We're still going to toss him in here. I still got to do a lot more testing with him, just because I find that he's still not performing as well as some of the other guys, but he definitely did get stronger. So I think in terms of his power levels, he might just be like one. He might just be even like a step behind everybody else. He honestly does deserve this. So I'm gonna put him top tier here. He actually is really good now. They've done a lot of work on him. So you know what? He does deserve it. So I'll put him right there. He might even, yeah. You know what? I think that's good. I think this is good. This is fair, I feel. Okay, so that's it right there. Now let's talk about some OP other units out there, and let's give them the credit they deserve. So Kang's still incredibly OP, Nam still incredibly OP, and Park still incredibly OP. Now they all dropped one stage below just because everyone else got buffed. It's the only reason why. I didn't have a choice. All of these, every unit here got buffed. So like Kang didn't get a buff, Park Heejin didn't get a buff, Nam didn't get a buff. But they're still incredibly good. So we're going to put OP there, and they deserve that. Now, Hung goes over here. These two still are incredible units. So definitely Hung Suk and Jinho are still very, very good. I would say Jinho might even be up here for a breaker, but we'll leave them down here just to take care of that spot. Here and Jinchul here. So these ones here make up for that spot. I'll give Jo-hee B. Sung just got buffed, so he's definitely higher up. Joe got buffed, but still fairly bad. I was surprised how bad he was still. Also still very bad. Sung is also B, and then our boy Kim here is still useless. Okay, so let me break this down a little bit for you guys in regards to priorities. Okay, now that you're summoning raid priorities, and I'll do a separate video on, I think this is going to be an important one. So if you're a brand new player, okay, I'm going to tell you guys my thought process on this. So SM Beck should be on your, so Emma and Sa and Min should still be your priorities. I don't think anybody should stop focusing on there. Now, SM Beck is top tier and not godly for one reason and one reason only. Even with his buff to his survivability, he's still pretty squishy, unfortunately, and that's the truth. Because the higher up you use him, and that's where you want to use him, because bleed is the biggest factor at that point. He still dies way too quickly. So let me just explain that, right? So if you're not dodging well, and you're not a good, like, if you're a phone user specifically, you're gonna still struggle with his survivability. I still think they need to give him some form of lifesteal. At a certain threshold, he needs to be able to lifesteal, turn that on, and be able to get some of the health back. I think that's the only way he's going to be more viable. Now, keeping in mind his bleed is very useful, but it also starts to diminish as soon as the current HP of the opponent goes down to a certain point and it doesn't affect anymore, right? Because that's how it works. It's current HP reduction of 1%, not max HP. I think they changed that during global, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it always has been that, and I always just thought it was different for some reason, but that's the reason why. Now, Choi, they did buff as well, too, from a DPS perspective. This is why I'm always like 1 and 2. I don't know which way, I mean, they both did very similar numbers. The only difference with Choi, of course, is he can't crit, right? So it kind of takes away from his damage, but at the same time, he's still doing as much damage as SM Beck. So for all those people who are wondering, what do you put on your rate up list? Honestly, at the end of the day, it really comes up to what you need. These units right here. Now, Cha will be added to that SM list, the rate up list, after, is it after Alicia or a little bit after? Yeah, it should be after Alicia. She should be added. Okay, so my prediction was correct, because I said SM Beck will be added once Alicia is dropped. Or sorry, once Alicia comes out, SM Beck will be added. So they should do the same thing with Cha technically. Once Alicia's done and the next limited character comes out, we should see Cha being added to the pool. Now remember, that pool is going to continue to grow and grow and grow, so it's going to be even harder for you to get one of these units. So just keep that in mind, okay? So that's really the only logic here I want to give you guys of why SM Beck is not godly, is because his survivability still struggles, and the reason why Choi is not godly is because he lacks crit. Even though they buffed him, these units just do more, even though, yes, he is still top tier DPS, and I would say godly DPS still technically. He's just going to get overshadowed with all of this, all these crit damage units, right? But they did buff him a lot, so I mean, technically you can put him here as well. He could still be up there, arguably, but again, it's not bad to be down here. And these guys are not all about DPS. These guys are also here for buffers, for stage clearing, for quickness, battle of time, etc., right? All of these units bring so much utility that they overshadow some of these guys even more. So Lee Bora, if we do battle of time, for example, would be up here. If it was only a battle of time one. But everything else, she's kind of like, she's good, but she's not broken. Okay? So keep that in mind. So yeah, let's just go, you know, I'm going to even put her here. I think this is more fair. I think with her new buff, she definitely deserves this. So I'd go right like this right here. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the tier list. Thank you for watching. and the incredible support. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Remember, this is all based on testing. I've been doing this all freaking day long. So my artifacts are going to be different than your artifacts. My gameplay is going to be different than your gameplay. So if there is a difference, obviously let me know in the comment section. Be polite about it. We can always have a good discussion about it. And in the future, when I do another update, we may add more to it. All right, guys. See you guys in the next one. Thank you again. Bye-bye.